everyone, I am Ramya Shri. Welcome to my channel Ramya Jyotish. Wishing everyone a very happy and prosperous Yugadi. Yugadi ಹಬ್ಬದ ಶುಭಾಶಯಗಳು. चैत्र नवरात्रि, गुड़ी पाड़वा, चेती चांद के सभी दर्शकों को हार्दिक शुभकामनाएं. This Raudra Nama Samvatsara or Parabhava Nama Samvatsara is set to bring big amount of transformation in the whole world as well as in our individual lives as well. But that totally depends upon our own Kundali as well as Mahadasha and Antardasha, which is currently prevailing for us. In the previous video, we saw about world forecast. This year, in this video, we'll see for all the 12 Rashis as well as with the suitable remedies. Let me begin with the theme of the year, Dharmo Rakshati Rakshitaha, which is said in Manusmriti. That is, the one who protects the Dharma will be protected by Dharma itself. And that's why the one who follows Dharma, the one who speaks truthfully, the one who upholds Dharma will be rewarded generously this year. So for all kind of dharmic activities, for all kind of spiritual activities, this year is considered to be the best. Because Guru Brihaspati, who is the natural 9th and 12th Lord, gets exalted in Karkataka Rashi, which is a natural 4th house. And that's why people who are dharmic, they will receive abundant amount of materialistic prosperity as well as mental happiness. Because Guru has a planet which is a Shubha Graha, he is capable of giving both happiness as well as prosperity. So let's wish every one of us get this auspicious blessings from Brihaspati. Now let's start with the 12 Rashi predictions. I have prepared these predictions based on 8 parameters, that is income, expenses, recognition, humiliation, happiness, grief and any kind of challenges, health and family relationships as well. So these 8 are the parameters, and along with suitable remedy for individual Rashi. You have to watch these predictions from your moon sign, that is where Chandra is placed in your birth chart at the time of your birth is the Rashi you have to consider. So, we all know from the Yugadi forecast which I gave in the previous video that Guru is the Raja and Mangal is the Mantri. So, Guru, because he is the Raja, knowledge and wisdom will be the main focus this year. And Mangal, being the commander-in-chief, he is currently in Kumbha Rashi at that time. Because if we cast a chart at the time of Chaitra Shukla Pratipada starts, because at the time of sunrise, Amavasya will be still prevailing. But after 15 minutes of sunrise, if we take up Ujjain, Madhya Pradesh has the place. Because whenever we cast any kind of chart for the India or to make such predictions, we have to take it from Ujjain, Madhya Pradesh, because it is the time which we follow. So, and it is what is suggested in the scriptures as well. So, at that time, it would be Meena Lagna with Surya, Shani and Shukra in the Lagna. Then comes Kuja, Rahu and Buddha, that is Mangal, Rahu, Buddha in the 12th house. Guru will be in 4th house in Mithun Rashi, and Rahu is already in the 12th house. Ketu would be in the 6th house. So only Buddha is Vakri right now. After 21st of March, he will also become direct. So Guru in the Kendra is a very good auspicious sign is what I can say at the time of start of this year, because so many malefics in the Lagna and with only exalted Venus, so it cannot serve the whole purpose. So Surya, Shani and Shukra in the Lagna is good as well as bad, because Shani Shukra combination is good, Surya Shukra combination is good, but Surya Shani combination is definitely not a good one. So it's not good for political people or people who are in authoritative position. So if they are adharmic, if they are egoistic, then they will have to fall down. So that's what the theme of the year is, what I would like to say. So on these 8 parameters, income, expenses, recognition, humiliation, happiness, grief and challenges, health, family and relationships are the basis I have judged for all the Rashis along with suitable remedies. So now let's start with the first Rashi, Mesh Rashi. If you are born in Ashwini Nakshatra, Bharani Nakshatra or first part of Kritika Nakshatra, then you belong to Mesh Rashi and your ruling planet is Mangal. Because your own Rashi Lord Mangal is the Mantri of this year, so he holds a very powerful position in the cabinet, which is very good for you. Because when the Rashi Lord is in the cabinet and that too in the top two positions, that shows that you will definitely do well this year and there is no doubt of it. But this is a year of tested courage because Mesh Rashi people are known for courage, known for ambition, and they are the go-getters. There is nothing that is impossible from the Mesh Rashi natives because they possess the capability of doing multiple works at the same time and delivering it with a very good amount of results as well. So, because Mesh Rashi becomes the first Rashi, so the point of energy starts from there. So, it will be in complete 100%. And that's why they possess all those strength and capabilities to carry out such activities. So, for Mesh Rashi natives, the first quarter, the first 3 months, March, April, May, ask for patience. So, you might have to wait for some time because Guru is in 3rd house, who is in Maranakaraka Sthana. He is your 9th lord and the 12th lord. Bhagyasthanadipati in the 3rd house, that in Maranakaraka Sthana, is generally not considered good. It is good for any kind of financial flow or any kind of commitments, everything. But to progress in life, it's definitely not a good position. So, Guru's presence in Mithun Rashi can help you to expand your network as well as increase your reach also. And if you are having any kind of business in social media, journalism or in any type of business where you have to reach out to people, where you would be in a profession where public contact is must and should, then you will succeed really well. So, the first 3 months require some amount of patience, but you will get good results in these areas. But June onwards, Guru exalts in 4th house and it rewards generously because 9th lord getting exalted in 4th house means it will do extremely well for you. That will be the best thing for you in your whole life. That's what I think. It can be a life-changing moment is what also I can say. So, Mangal as Minister of the Year will make this a powerful time for Mesh Rashi natives, and that's why you can expect bigger things this year. So, from income perspective, this is excellent, especially from June to October because Guru being in 4th house, that is who is the 9th lord, forms a Raj Yoga because Trikonadipati being in Kendra Sthana is a Raj Yoga. And that's why hard work will yield good results, tangible results, and avoid making any kind of impulsive financial decisions in the first 3 months. In the month of March, April, May, don't make any kind of financial decisions. Take the things as slow as possible. That will reward you very well. That's one thing. Next comes the expenses, moderate to high. You will have a lot of expenses as well because to generate new source of income, you might have to spend more. You have to invest on budget or you have to set up that kind of a business, and that's when it can generate you good income in the future. Health and traveling cost also will rise. So, you have to maintain a financial buffer throughout the year. There will be a very good amount of income. Major source of income will rise because Rahu is in 11th house and Mangal, your Rashi Lord itself, is in 11th house. Then also the 3rd Lord and the 6th Lord, Buddha is also in 11th house. So what happens is that you will struggle and there will be a lot of challenges also for you to rise income. But because Mangal, your own Rashi Lord, is in 11th house, he will fulfill all your desires and all your wishes related to income for sure. And Guru, being the 9th Lord in the 3rd house, so if you are into social media, journalism, and for any kind of network or in banking institution or financial institution, because Buddha represents that as well, or in AI related fields, then definitely you can expect good amount of rewards this year. Next is about recognition. So strong recognition for your leadership as well as decisive action is noted. So you should wait for your results to speak than your words. Humiliation. So there could be some conflicts which may lead to embarrassment, but you should not focus more on any kind of conflict. You have to try avoiding any kind of conflict, because Mangal Rashi natives are in such a way, if anyone accuses them, they will get into conflict, because Mangal is the protector among the 9 planets. So what happens, Mangal will try to protect their Rashi. That's why it gives them strength to fight and defend themselves. So that defensive technique may lead to conflict for you, unnecessary conflict. So it's good if you can avoid. Then comes happiness. Family harmony improves in the second half, that is June onwards. Devotional practice brings genuine and fasting inner joy, is what I would like to say. Grief and challenges. First 3 months brings lot of delays and frustration. So patience and faith are the most powerful tools available for you. Health wise, heat related issues, blood pressure, inflammation, cooling foods, pranayama, all of this will bring good amount of balance for you. So these are the things you have to mainly focus on. Family and relationships will actually may not be that good in the first 3 months because of health related issues. You may have heat related, blood pressure, inflammation, or any of these kind of acne issues. So because of all this, there could be some minor tensions, but open communication will resolve them, and your bonds with the family and with others also will strengthen beautifully June onwards, because Guru, once he enters your 4th house, which represents domestic happiness, he will reward abundantly there. And once Guru enters Pushya Nakshatra, which is after 18th of June, you can expect it to be in abundance as well. So main time period for Mesha Rashi, which is extremely good, is June 2nd onwards. Before also it's good, but nothing like June to October. So as a remedy, I would suggest you to light a mustard oil diya in Hanuman temple, or even at the home itself, and you have to chant Hanuman Chalisa on a daily basis, because Sade Sati is going on and it will be neutralized only after Guru gets exalted. So that's why chanting Hanuman Chalisa, and also worshipping Lakshmi Narasimha Swami is the best remedy for Mesha Rashi natives. Next, let's go to Vrishab Rashi. So for Vrishab Rashi, ruling planet is Shukra. So Shukra doesn't have any kind of cabinet post in this Samvatsara. So that itself brings lot of hindrances and also a kind of threat to the stability of the native, because your Sade Sati is about to begin from May onwards. If you are born in Kritika Nakshatra of Vrishab Rashi, your Sade Sati will begin from May, June onwards. Okay, because based on the degree, 45 degree concept which I have mentioned in the previous videos. And if you are born in Rohini Nakshatra, it will start 2027 Jan Feb onwards. So until then, it would be decently good enough for you, because Shani in the 11th house has already rewarded you well in the last 2 years. Now this year onwards, you have to freshly start working, and you have to work very hard. So stability will be the greatest concern this year. It will be an asset if you have achieved already, but if you haven't yet, then it will be the greatest concern. And because your Rashi Lord doesn't hold any post and he is exalted in 11th house, what happens is that you will always look inward for fulfillment rather than outward for indulgence. So somewhere you will be happy within yourself, though you won't get support, or though you won't get that happiness from outside. Wisdom and consistency are richly rewarded. So you have to be wise and also have to be consistent in what you are doing. But that won't be possible once Sade Sati starts, because Shani brings in that kind of challenges about which we will talk later. So that's why you have to be extremely careful. So so let's start with first parameter, income. So it is stable and reliable, no issues. And you can start earning through teaching also, or through advisory also. But June onwards, once Guru enters Karkatak Rashi, which is Maranakaraka Sthana, 8th Lord being in 8th from itself. So it's not a good time for you. So patience is the key to success is what I would like to say. So income won't be that great, or you would have lot of expenditure as well. Though Guru aspects your 9th as well as your 11th where Shani is present. So there is a double transit in your 11th house. That's fine. Your patience will be rewarded. You'll be able to buy new things. Everything may happen. But that may not give you that level of happiness, and there will be something or the other will be bothering you throughout the year. Expenses, domestic expenses will shoot up to very high. You have to avoid any kind of luxury purchases, or any kind of property matters have to be dealt very carefully. Because Buddha being the 2nd and 5th Lord in the 10th house being Vakri, you have to be extremely careful in property related matters while buying a new vehicle, new home or anything. You have to be extremely careful. There could be some cheating, or there could be loss of money also due to that. Recognition, this is good in career because of Rahu's presence in 10th house. All of a sudden you will grow well in your career, and that will give good results. But post October or November, when Rahu moves out of Kumbh Rashi and will go to Makar Rashi, that's when it will bring some challenges in your career, and that's when you may see the creamy layer or some illusionary life you had lived last 18 months, that will go off. And mid-year onwards, what I can see is that it will be a bit tough for Vrishab Rashi natives, not Vrishab Lagna, Vrishab Rashi natives, Kritika, Rohini and Mrugashira, 1st and 2nd Pada. So recognition wise, it is good enough. You will grow very well in the first 3 months. Next, coming to humiliation, careless speech in the career can damage your reputation, and nobody will be able to save you from deep drought or the problems which you will bring to yourself. So because of Rahu, Buddha's presence in the 10th house, you have to be extremely careful at your workplace. Some sudden conflicts or some errors in the work or anything can actually damage your own reputation, which you had set in the last 2-3 years. Because Rahu being in the 10th house helped you to grow in your career, but now he will bring that down, because that's what Rahu, the way he brings up, the way he brings down also. Next, coming to happiness, good happiness through family, children and spiritual activity. So Jupiter being in the 3rd house, 2nd house will bring a lot of household blessings, but once he moves to 3rd house, that will not be visible, or that will not be possible. So that may bring some kind of hindrances for you. Grief and challenges. Saturn's lingering influence creates emotional heaviness. Acceptance and detachment are the wisest response. So that's what I would suggest you for people of Vrishab Rashi natives, because Saturn in 11th house has already given his results and it's aspecting 5th house. So he will for sure create that emotional imbalance. So you have to watch out your relation with your family and friends as well. Health wise, throat, thyroid and neck needs more care. Avoid cold exposure and erratic rest. So family relations may deepen through consistent effort, but you have to keep your financial and emotional conversations separate. Whenever you bring a financial conversation between your relations, then it will get spoiled. So that's the predictions for Vrishab Rashi natives. As a remedy, I would suggest you to offer white flowers to Ma Lakshmi on every Friday, and also to chant Shukra's Bija Mantra, Om Dram Dream Drom Saha Shukraya Namaha, because your Rashi Lord is exalted in 11th house, this year is little bit considerably good, at least in financial matters. If your Rashi Lord was not exalted, and if he was in Mesha Rashi, it would have become even more worse for you. So, and also feeding cow on a daily basis, go grass or green grass, that is also good as a remedy for Vrishab Rashi natives. Next, let's go to Mithun Rashi. Ruling planet is Buddha, Mercury. The most blessed sign of this Samvatsara is Mithun Rashi natives for all the things, because the Raja of this year, Guru, is present in your own Rashi, and the 11th Lord Mangal is the Mantri, or the 6th Lord Mangal is Mantri. So this is the year you would be able to live like a king and also would be able to defend like Mangal has done. So you will get the strength from both the planets. Though your Rashi Lord is Vakri in 9th house and is afflicted by Rahu, though your Rashi Lord is in not a good situation, but the other planets will actually do your job. Though both Mangal and Guru are not Mitra planets from Mithun Rashi, yet they will help you to go ahead. So somewhere you may see that this year people who are not that friendly to you, people whom you had thought they are not at all useful for you, they will only come and help you this year. So that's why Mithun Rashi natives should be very careful while judging who is good for you or who is not good for you, because this is that one year where you will see unexpected results from the people whom you hadn't even expected also. So that's something written, and you will get a much amount of auspicious results from them. So this is a very rare way I can say for Mithun Rashi. They wouldn't have expected. So suppose it is like they might have 2-3 friends. One friend would be very close to them, the other two wouldn't be, and they would have kept them aside. The one friend who was very close to them may betray them, they may cheat them, and the other two friends whom they had kept far, no, they may come and help, or they may come and rescue Mithun Rashi natives from the other friend. So this is the way it can happen for Mithun Rashi natives this year. So your Rashi Lord Buddha is the Dhanyadipati. So food wise you won't have any problem. For the resources, for the money related, you won't have any issues this year. Especially after 2nd of June, you don't have to worry for any kind of financial issues. All the problems will vanish like a simple comet also. So this is one of the best Rashi for this Samvatsara. So I would suggest you that this rare window of expansion, visibility and intellectual flourishing which Guru will create in your Rashi, make the most of it so that you can live a blissful life for the next 6-7 years. So what you take as a decision this year in the first 3 months will decide the next 6 or 7 years is what I would like to advise. So for Mithun Rashi natives, from income perspective, excellent throughout the year. Till June also it is good. After June it is excellent or outstanding in terms of income. Communication, education, business, intellect based income flourishes, and you have to act very decisively in this window. Never ever neglect anyone in your life, because what happens, as an individual we would be praying to Bhagwan ki please give this, please give that, help me in this, help me out in this, all these ways. So Bhagwan cannot come and help you, but he will send someone or he will route someone to your life who can help you. So you have to identify that person, and through them only you will be able to flourish, because this is the wisest approach you have to take when Guru is in your Rashi. So from income it is excellent throughout the year. June onwards it's outstanding, and so your intellectual based work will flourish your income is what I would like to say. So any kind of business, communication, through education, through advisory roles, you can build a very good source of income, and you have to be very decisive during the whole year. Expenses wise, it is well controlled. You won't spend unnecessary like before, and you won't have that level of expenditure also. This is the year you will feel you have some money in bank account. Every time income and inflow and outflow was almost the same, but this year you will see there is change in it. Investments in education or in skill building will be fully justified, and you will get better results in the future. So more and more you spend, or more and more you invest in upskilling yourselves, Mithun Rashi natives, it will help you in the future. Recognition, it would be very high. Public respect, intellectual authority and visibility rise will come together, and your rise along with your respect and income will go hand in hand. So this is one of the finest periods in your years in the last 7-8 years for sure. Okay. Next comes humiliation. So if you are overconfident after the recognition, then definitely you will fall back again. But if you are able to go one after the other, then it can give you good results, because your Rashi Lord Buddha is Vakri in the 9th house, but it is afflicted with Rahu, and also he is placed with 6th and 11th Lord Kuja or Mangal. That's why overconfidence is something you have to avoid. So take things one by one, you will definitely succeed this year. So this is the year you will taste success. Tangible success is what I would like to say. Happiness, high happiness levels through June. Social life will be active, rewarding and joyful. So your life and family also would be extremely good. Grief and challenges after June 2nd, consolidated gains and amplification in that also is possible, but you have to avoid spending, or you have to protect that income in a proper way until November, because November onwards what happens, Ketu comes to 2nd house and Rahu comes to 8th house. So all of a sudden there could be a big expenditure on your head, and that may actually drain out all your savings. So that's why you have to be extremely careful from November onwards. For that there is some challenges, so you have to avoid coasting also. Health wise, generally excellent. I don't see any major issues, because when Guru sits in the Rashi, the person will not be tormented by any kind of health issues unless and until the ones which he creates for himself. And you have to watch out for your respiratory health as well as nervous system, because Buddha represents these two Rashis. And nothing else is what I would like to say. Health is absolutely fine for you this year. Family and relations, family bonds strengthen. It's an excellent year for marriages and new alliances for you. So this is the year you may see lot of get together with family, because once Guru gets exalted in June, before the 2 months before only or 3 months before only he can give. So from the start of March only you can see some auspicious event in your family, or where all the family members will get together and you will be able to have a good conversation, and some kind of pride moment also for you, you can experience some growth in your career or something as such. So that's also possible. And for Mithun Rashi natives, because there is double transit in your 10th house from June to October, there is a possible job change, about which I have already mentioned in previous videos, but again I am mentioning, so don't miss this opportunity. So there is a general concept. This is a concept which was popularized by our Guru Shri Ken Rao sir, that whenever Shani and Guru influence a particular Rashi, then together simultaneously, then that Rashi or Bhava from the Rashi or from the Lagna will have a major event. So now currently Shanidev has come to your 10th house last year March onwards. So once Shanidev comes to the 10th house, he will review all the karmas a person has done, and then he will approve the results. But to get that results, you need the blessings of Guru, and that blessings of Guru you will get this year after June. And that's why Guru, once it gets exalted in Karkatak Rashi, through its 9th aspect, which is Amrita Drishti, will aspect Shanidev, who is placed in Meena Rashi, which happens to be the 10th house from your Rashi. So 10th house represents profession and career advancement. So this year you can hope for it. So if you are working in government sector, definitely a very big thing is on card. So something elevation in career is possible. If you are working in private sector, also a career elevation or progression is possible, or at least a job change. Suppose if you feel that in the environment it's totally not possible, then fortunately you may get a very good opportunity from outside, and this is the indication of a job change as well. So don't miss the opportunity is what I would like to say, because double transit is something which comes not often, 10 years, 15 years once, or even rarely. And that's why the last time when Mithun Rashi natives had this kind of double transit was in 2011, April to July. So again you are fortunate enough to get after 15-16 years, and make the best use of it, because this will define your next 10 to 12 years. So that's it for the Mithun Rashi natives. As a remedy, I would suggest you to chant Vishnu Sahasranama on a daily basis, or donate green bangles to Kumaris during the Navaratri. So that's the best remedy I would suggest you. So offer even green grass to the cows, go grasa. That also will serve as a remedy. So next let's go to Karkatak Rashi. So for Karkatak Rashi natives, ruling planet is Chandra. So your own Chandra that is your own Rashi Lord Chandra is holding multiple portfolios this year. He is the Senapati, he is the Meghadipati, and he is the Argyadipati. He is the Lord of or the one who fights the war. He is one responsible for the rain, and he is one responsible for the availability of water. So in many ways, you will be handling multiple responsibilities in your career, and also you will be able to excel in them. Why? Because Chandra, at the time when this Chaitra Shukla Pratipada takes place, Chandra would be in Meena Rashi. So along with the other three planets, Shani, Surya and Shukra, and it is in the 9th house for you, in the Bhagya Sthana, and that's the reason you may have a very great elevation in your personal life or even in the spiritual life, is what I would like to say for Karkatak Rashi natives. So your income wise, if I start, because in your own Rashi this year, Guru gets exalted. He is the 6th Lord as well as your 9th Lord. So 9th Lord coming and sitting in your Rashi and is exalted, that means it is one of the finest periods for you. Though Janma Guru is Naro Dukkha, is not a good one, still it can give you a lot of wisdom as well as can guide you to take the better path. So the first 3 months requires endurance, faith and inner stillness. Then June onwards, when Jupiter enters your Rashi, it rewards the faith with a profound and joyful transformation, is what I would like to say. So let's start from income. So income will grow significantly from June onwards. Property and business gains are strongly indicated in the second half. Expenses, domestic expenses dominate the first half. So the social pressure or the financial pressure will ease clearly after June. Recognition wise, late year recognition is powerful and lasting once Guru enters Simha Rashi. This year Guru will be in 3 Rashis. At the start will be in Mithun Rashi, then in Karkatak Rashi, then he will go to Simha Rashi, and after January 2027 he will come back again to Karkatak Rashi. So multiple transits of Guru will bring multiple kinds of auspiciousness as well as some challenges as well. So your expenditure would be bit high in the first half, but second half onwards it will little bit ease out, is what I would like to say from money matters. From recognition and from humiliation point of view, Ketu in Karkatak Rashi from November onwards may create a lot of confusion and lot of restlessness for you. You have to avoid unnecessary public exposure early part of the year. So November onwards, you getting indulged in spirituality or in dharmic activities are best advised, so that you have a lot of intuition. Because when Ketu sits in the Rashi, you would be confused of what to take or what kind of decision to take or what to do. So once you become spiritual, what happens? Guru will start supporting you. So that's why it's good to have patience as well as be dharmic in the second part of the year. Until then, things will be a bit decent enough for you. So recognition is there, but you need to have some patience, is what I would like to say, at least till the month of June. Happiness, tremendous spiritual joy, fresh life opportunities, family blessings will fill the second half of the year. First half you may not see. So it will be a testing time for you when Guru is in your own Rashi. Grief and challenges, I would say Ketu's presence in the second house in early months will be a primary challenge for you. But once you become spiritual, even that challenge will become an opportunity for you. Health, chest, stomach and digestive health need attention. Water intake and dietary discipline are to be followed, must and should. Family relationship wise, you will not be in a good terms in the start of the year. Once Ketu moves out of there and comes to your Rashi, so it will start healing you as a person, because Ketu is a planet of healing. and that's why you will go through a lot of ups and downs in your family and relationships, is what I would like to advise. So remedy wise, I would suggest you to worship Mahadev on every Monday. If you can perform Kshirabhisheka to Bhagwan Shiv, then it is very good. Or at least chant the Chandra's mantra, Om Som Somaya Namaha. Or even feed white rice and sesame seeds to birds during especially on Fridays or on Mondays. Any of these days you can do. So this is the remedy for Karkatak Rashi natives. Because Shani is in the 9th house, Surya is in the 9th house along with Chandra, Shukra. So I would suggest you to take care of the women in your family, as well as you have to show much concern for the health of your father as well. Next, let's go to Simha Rashi natives. So the most direct message is addressed to Simha Rashi this year, that if you keep your ego, then you are said to be defeated. So if you keep your ego aside, then everything will go well, because your Rashi Lord Surya is in 8th house with Shani, Chandra and Shukra. So the way you treat your people will decide everything for you. So this is a year that tests authentic leadership and difference between those who lead through ego and those who lead through service. So those who will lead through service will be made absolutely successful. So let me start with income parameter for Simha Rashi. So it's mixed. Initially slowdowns, gradually improves. Once Guru enters Karkatak Rashi, expenditure would be very high. But humility in approach will unlock unexpected opportunities that the pride also would shut down. So what happens, I'll tell you. Once Guru enters your 12th house, June 2nd onwards, you will have to spend a lot. You might have to invest in any property, any new vehicle, or buying or purchasing a new house, new flat. All these things are possible. So that's why expenditure also will go very high and income would be very low. So expenses wise, that's why I mentioned high impulses towards status will make you spend like anything. And new purchase of any insurance policy are also possible, but I would suggest you to think twice before taking it up, because certain policies may not be favorable for you. Resist deliberately. Simplicity protects and preserves this year for Simha Rashi natives. Recognition wise, genuine lasting recognition comes only to those who lead through carefully built goodwill. So if you lead through service, you will be successful, you will be recognized. But if you lead through your ego, showing that you are the king, then it's difficult, because this is one of the tough years for Simha Rashi natives. And Guru is in the 11th house, so that's why he is giving you wisdom. Once he moves to Karkatak Rashi, it will be tough for you. So because Guru and Shani's double transit is happening in your 8th house, getting into spiritual life will bring you a lot of happiness. So the happiness this year, true happiness, comes from devotion, creativity and inner work, and not through external validation. This is something you will realize this year. Grief and challenges, Ketu in your own Rashi is a deep spiritual test. So rise can happen only when there is a loss and ego dissolution, and that's why surrendering is not a defeat, it's a wisdom, is what I would like to say. Health wise, heart related issues or any spine related issues need proactive attention at least after November onwards. Once Guru enters your Rashi, any existing heart related patients of Simha Rashi natives, be extremely careful, because this year not just Simha Rashi, even Mesha Rashi, Dhanur Rashi and all the 12 Rashis, if you are heart related patient and if you are running through Surya Dasha, Surya Antardasha, or in Ketu Dasha, Ketu Antardasha, Rahu Dasha, Rahu Antardasha, then be extremely careful. There could be cardiac related issues. I'll mention again in the last part, mentioning mainly for Simha Rashi natives that you are prone for it. And manage anger and stress before you manifest it physically. So that's what I would like to advise. And family relationship wise, family authority may be challenged. If you are heading the family, then your post would be questioned for sure. Lead with patience, then people also will listen to you. You should not try to control. So remedy is every Sunday during sunrise, facing east, you have to offer arghya, that is water, to Surya Dev, and also you have to chant Aditya Hridaya on a daily basis. So if you can offer arghya to Surya Dev on a daily basis and chant Aditya Hridaya, then this is a very good one, good remedy. If you can donate wheat and jaggery, also is a good remedy. But if you have to chant Hanuman Chalisa, as well as you have to donate this one, black urad dal, so that it eases your challenges in the first 3 months. June onwards, once Guru starts aspecting your 8th house, being spiritual will evade off all the issues for you. Next, let's go to Kanya Rashi. So for Kanya Rashi, your Rashi Lord Buddha is the Dhanyadipati, and that's why you can expect some good results. So again, for Simha Rashi natives, your Surya is not holding any portfolio, so you can't expect great things for you. So you have to be very careful. But for Kanya Rashi natives, your Rashi Lord is Dhanyadipati. So in terms of food and for the basic necessities, resources, you will have everything. But this is the year that rewards quiet competence and selfless service above all. So the spotlight may not shine on Virgo brightly, but the reputation built through integrity and precision this year will last for decades. So what happens this year from income perspective? This is good, steady income in the first 3 months. Through technical, analytical, healthcare and service-based work, you will earn a very good amount of income. June onwards, it will be consistent and also it will rise. So whole year I would say that you will have a very good stability of income. June onwards it will increase because Guru comes to your 11th house, Ichha Purti Sthana, and you have so many planets in 7th house, so that will be aspected by Guru. So some double transit in 7th house indicates a start of new relationship and start of new business, new income source. That is also possible. Expenditure wise, health related expenditure is likely. Unexpected home cost also may arise. Some repairment, some renovation, some painting, something or the other could be there. And a financial reserve is essential during this year. So recognition wise, it is quite but genuine one. Professional reputation for precision and reliability grows steadily and permanently. So that's there. Humiliation wise, criticism of others will backfire you directly. But you should not belittle anyone, so you have to guard every word of yours. Happiness flows from discipline, routine and selfless acts of service. So seva brings beautiful and unexpected blessings. Grief and challenges, health anxiety, overthinking or workplace pressure are primary challenges. You just have to practice of letting go. You will have a job change for sure this year. You can even explore that. Health-wise, digestive system or any gut health issues can be problematic, and even anxiety-related conditions or demotivation kind of conditions in workplace can actually be more problematic for you. And mindful eating and stress reduction are very essential as a remedy for these conditions. Next comes family and relationships. Harmonious family life is available. So if critical tendencies are consciously softened, then this is good for you. And warmth works better than precision in relationships is what I would like to say. But I see a very good progress in relationships also for you, because once Guru comes to 11th house, he aspects your 7th house as well as your 5th house as well as your 3rd house. So if anyone who is not yet married may get married this year. Anyone who is planning to have or to start their family life, having children and growing their family, so possible. So this year is good opportunity after June onwards if you want to grow your family. But if your Mahadasha, Antardasha is a good one. If it is of Rahu, Ketu in any way, there could be miscarriage also. So you have to be bit more careful. So have a good nutrition based lifestyle is what I would like to advise. Remedy wise, I would suggest you donate green moong dal to a Purohit of a temple, or you can listen or chant to Vishnu Sahasranama on a daily basis, because this is one of the finest remedies for you. Next comes to Tula Rashi, because Kanya Rashi natives almost everything is good, because Guru will be transiting in 10 and 11. So I don't see any major issues related to that. They will have some kind of backlashes from the enemies, but they will be able to manage that. So for Tula Rashi natives, your Rashi Lord Venus doesn't hold any kind of portfolio in the cabinet, and that is the biggest hindrance. And because Guru is placed in 9th house for the first 3 months, it is good enough. That means you will have that superpower, greatest protection also. But once he moves to the 10th house, it would be even more good. So partnerships and collaborations will hold real promise, but every agreement must be entered with eyes wide open and boundaries clearly defined. So anytime when you are entering into any agreement, any kind of partnership in business, keep your eyes wide open and ears also wide open, and your boundaries or any limitations has to be clearly defined. Then only you have to go ahead. Next, what I would like to say from income. So let's start with income. So from income perspective, it's good potential through partnerships, creative work and diplomacy. So be highly selective about agreements is what I would like to say. You will have a good flow of income, no doubt on it, but be very selective, picky and choosy. Expenditure, it will be moderate enough. For social, for relationship related stuffs, you might have to spend a lot. So a disciplined budget will prevent any kind of overspending for you. Recognition wise, you will grow through integrity, fairness and genuine kindness, because Guru is in the 9th house for you. So even in 10th house when he arrives also, recognition at workplace is possible because of the way you show up. So authentic grace attracts real recognition. Humiliation, broken agreements or unreliable partners cause public embarrassment. So document everything, trust but verify. Happiness, good happiness through meaningful relationships, travel and time spent in creative and beautiful environments. So it's a good time for Tula Rashi, better than Vrishab Rashi, the other Shukra Rashi is what I would like to say. Grief and challenges, indecisiveness causes missed opportunities. Venus holds no portfolio, so relationships may need extra conscious effort is what I would like to say. Health wise, kidney, lower back, hormonal imbalance may need some care, but hydration and stress management can yield to give good results for you. Family and relationship wise, partnerships are tested and ultimately strengthened. Communication and genuine compromise are the tools for growth for you this year. As a remedy for Tula Rashi natives, I would suggest every Friday offer pink rose or lotus flowers to Mahalakshmi, and also to chant Shukra's mantra Om Dram Dream Dram Saha Shukraya Namaha, and also wear white or white pastel colors on Fridays. So this can give much a better auspiciousness for you, so that you can strengthen your Venus, because your Venus is exalted in 6th house. Your Venus is not just your Rashi Lord, also the 8th Lord. So 8th Lord in 6th house is good. That means it will give you strength to fight against the problems in workplace, but may not be in good strength to avoid it, because Surya Shani is already there. So it's not a good yuti, Surya Shani and Shukra, because the same yuti is causing all the LPG cylinder crisis also. And next week 25th, 26th, 7th it will be at peak when Shani is totally combust and Shukra is also to that level. So what I would suggest for Tula Rashi is every fight will bring new enemies for you, and you have to be mindful on that. I won't say that don't fight for yourself, but be mindful of the new enemies getting created as well. You never know when that enemy will bite you in the future. Next, let's go, because Ketu, who is in 11th house now right now, will go to 10th house. So all of a sudden your career may drop after November onwards. So that may happen for you. Vrishchik Rashi natives. Next. So your ruling planet is Mangal. The co-lord is Ketu. So this is a year of profound transformation for you. Your Rashi Lord is in the cabinet as Mantri, so it's good. But he is present in 4th house along with Buddha, Rahu, and this is not so. Communication or your relationship with your mother is not that good. And if you are buying any new property, you have to be extremely careful this year. No room for errors at all, because Guru is in 8th house, so he is not supporting you. So you have to wait for some time. Patience is the key to success. And because of Surya, Shani, Shukra, Chandra in 5th house, emotional trauma is at the peak, is what I would like to say. If you are not going through good Mahadasha, Antardasha, and if your horoscope is not holding good strength, then you would be at the peak of the emotional trauma this year. In terms of marital life only, because 7th Lord Venus is in 5th house and heavily afflicted, even though it is exalted, that means you will have a good spouse, but will not be supportive to you. So it will be like all of a sudden your wife only will be a villain to you. So that may happen for you throughout this year. So income perspective, you will grow your income through research, investigation, occult, insurance or transformation fields, because Guru is in 8th house. But hidden opportunities will open up for you after June onwards. Once Guru comes and sits in 9th house, the 2nd and 5th Lord in 9th house, then Vrishchik Rashi natives can breathe peacefully. Till then life is tough for you. So first 3 months just somehow manage it off. Expenditure, it is unexpected and hidden, and it will rise all of a sudden. You wouldn't be expecting. But medical, spiritual or research related spendings is very much likely. So plan for the unplanned is what I would like to say for Vrishchik Rashi natives. You may plan to buy a new house, but wait till the month of June, so that Buddha, Mangal, everyone gets out of it and will be in a much better place. Or if possible, wait till the month of November, so that Rahu also vacates from the 4th house. Because by the month of November, Rahu vacates from 4th house and Guru will come to your 10th house and will aspect your 4th house. So that's the best time to buy a new house, new property, new vehicle, everything. Any kind of materialistic property. So humiliation and recognition. Deep lasting recognition for emotional intelligence as well as for transformational leadership you can expect. It will be quiet but enduring one. Humiliation wise, power struggles and revenge based decisions may cause embarrassment for you, because Vrishchik Rashi natives are known for revenge, and karma is precise and swift this year. So these kind of things won't be entertained this year. So please be careful, and any kind of revenge you have taken in the past, that also will give you result this year. Because revenge is definitely not a good sign of dharma. Good sign, so dharma may tend to punish you actually. So try to avoid that, at least for next 3 to 4 years. Happiness, it has to be avoided, but still, because Kita Rashi, right, Vrishchik Rashi, so they won't leave that habit of theirs. So what I would suggest is happiness, soul level happiness from spiritual activities, authentic connections and conscious transformations will take place in your life. So if you are getting into spiritual life, then it is much better, because at that time you won't think about revenge or you will leave out all those stuffs. But if you are not spiritual, all the unnecessary things will happen to your life. Grief and challenges. High emotional intensity throughout the year. Past wounds resurface for transformation. So do not suppress them. Then health-wise, reproductive system and urinary tract need proactive and consistent care. Family and relationships intensely transformative for all close relationships. What deepens is genuine. What dissolves was karmic. Both are gifts actually. Can't help. So remedy-wise for Vrishchik Rashi natives, I would suggest you to light mustard oil in Hanuman temple, the similar as of Mesh Rashi, but also to donate black urad dal to get out of the emotional trauma you are going through right now, and chanting Shiva Panchakshari mantra. This is very important for you because of Surya, Shani, everyone there. On a daily basis, Shiva Panchakshari mantra for minimum 108 times. That can serve as a very good remedy for Vrishchik Rashi natives. Next, let's go to Dhanur Rashi. The ruling planet is Guru. So your Rashi Lord itself is the Raja of this year. So this definitely will be one of the finest year, and Guru is in the 7th house. So the most fortunate alignment of this Samvatsara along with Mithun Rashi is Dhanu Rashi. So Jupiter as king of the year is also your Rashi Lord, and that's why a rare double blessing is what I can say, because at the start of the year there will be double transit on your Rashi. So that elevates teaching, wisdom, travel and dharmic living to their highest expression. So it has brought you to a very good arena. So you may become the head of the family now. So that also may start. So from income perspective, it's very auspicious. So if you are into teaching, law, philosophy, overseas connections, banking related work, wisdom based work, all of them will flourish. Expenditure, travel, pilgrimage, education expenses are investments. Don't worry on that. And avoid lending large amount of money to anyone for that, please, because Guru in 8th house after June onwards may make you give money freely for others without any commitment, and when you ask them back, they won't give you back. So that's why you should never lend your money to anyone if you are having Guru in 6th, 8th or 12th in your birth chart also, as well as during the Gochara also, during the transit as well. Next, let's come to expenditure. Okay, expenditure is done. So recognition. So you will get it high level of recognition as well as a deserving one. Public image, academic authority and spiritual reputation rise together this year. So humiliation, righteousness turning into self-righteousness is the only real danger. Share wisdom when asked, not constantly. So that's also Dhanu Rashi natives should know. Happiness wise, one of the happiest signs this Samvatsara, you will be feeling relaxed, but Jupiter's triple blessings will create a deeply fortunate year for this year. And grief and challenges wise, first half may have some problems, but second half onwards it will evade off, because it will aspect to 12th house, 2nd house, 5th house, so 4th house, sorry. So Guru in 8th house will aspect to 12th, 2nd and 4th from June onwards. So that will give you good results. So a big amount of transformation is expected in your life. So health wise, generally good, and you need moderate attention for your liver and avoid excess in food and drinks as well. If you can avoid wine and any kind of drink, that's even more better. Family and relations, blessed with deep harmony, birth of children or family expansion, that's possible by the end of the year, after November and after March of 2027 is possible, because till April we have Yugadi. I mean this whole year is till April actually, so that's fine. Then remedy wise, I would suggest you to donate more yellow items or yellow ghee lamp. So ghee lamp, lighting ghee lamp is the best remedy for Dhanu Rashi natives, and also donating yellow sweets to small children or to scholars or to the Purohit Pandits also will serve as a good remedy. And also chanting Guru's Bija Mantra, Om Gram Greem Grom Saha Gurave Namaha, that's also is good. So this was for Dhanu Rashi natives. Next comes Kumbha Rashi. So for Kumbha Rashi natives, sorry for Makar Rashi, I'm really sorry. I know Makar Rashi natives would be waiting. So for Makar Rashi natives, the ruling planet is Shani. So this is a karma clearing year for you. So Capricorn is asked to face obstacles squarely without complaint and without shortcut, and every challenge passed honestly this year will strengthen your life's foundation in ways that will serve you for decades. Why? Because Shani, who is your Rashi Lord, is the Rasadipati, defense and trade. So you will be a bit stressed this year, or certain things may go out of your hand also in the first 3 months, but June onwards it would be really good. It would be extremely good for you. And what I would like to say is that first 3 months you need to have some amount of patience. June onwards, when Guru comes and sits in your 7th house, most of your work pending from a very long time will happen right now. So buying a new house, new property, all these things will start getting happen, and you will slowly start progressing. Even a job change also is possible if Makar Rashi natives are looking for it. In first 3 months only it's possible, because of Guru being in 6th house will aspect your 10th house. But once Guru comes to 7th house and aspects your 11th house and your Rashi, it is even more possible. So That's something promised for Makar Rashi this year. Because even your Rashi Lord is in third house with Surya, with Shukra, and he is deeply combusted. That means the negative results will reduce this year. So income wise, steady but tested and disciplined, long-term professional effort is reliable. Second half brings disruption and opportunity together. So you have to mind about this opportunity, and you have to be extremely careful, is what I would like to say. So any kind of income when you get, you should be able to handle it better. Expenditure is highly administrative and structural expenses. So spending discipline is not optional. You have to strategize it, and that's the only way you can survive. So you will get good amount of income, but you have to know how to handle it, because Rahu, Buddha and Puja in second house will make the savings go hayway like anything. Humiliation or recognition. So recognition wise, quite permanent recognition for consistent disciplined work. It arrives slowly, but when it comes, it stays. And humiliation, Saturn debilitated at the time of Yugadi. What happens? Saturn is totally combust, so he acts like a debilitated planet. So this will create vulnerability for you. So you should not overcommit or take on or more than your current capacity. You should not commit yourself, because if you do so and if tomorrow you will not be able to do, then it will it will bring a lot of humiliation for you. Happiness wise, it is good enough but not great. So Guru's presence in 7th house will give you all kinds of best results, and that's why knowledge and wisdom should be the main theme of this year for you. Grief and challenges, career obstacles will be there, authority clashes would be there, systemic delays would be there, but after June onwards everything will vanish and things will be better for you. So health wise, joints, knees, bones, skin also need consistent care, oil massage, warmth or even skin care. So that also might seem to be a good protective way. Family and relationship wise, family responsibilities increase. Accept them as dharma. They carry hidden blessings that reveal themselves in future years. Remedy, remedy wise I would suggest you to visit nearby Shani temple or Hanuman temple and light black sesame oil diya, and also to chant Om Shaneshwaraya Namaha on a daily basis for minimum 108 times. And feeding crows or black dogs can also serve you better. So the whole year you might be very defensive and you might face a lot of pressure from people, but the way you execute it is what will make your life. So that's it for Makar Rashi natives. Next comes Kumbha Rashi. So for Kumbha Rashi natives, the long night of Sade Sati finally ends for Aquarius this year. So from May onwards, you may see the Sade Sati getting faded away, and the first half carries the last echoes of it, and the second half will open for a lighter, freer, more creative chapter. Because as and when Guru goes away from your Rashi, only Purva Bhadrapad Nakshatra of Kumbha Rashi may experience the Sade Satis till next year June 2027, but majority of them will be revealed this year itself. So income wise, Jupiter in your 5th house until June is excellent for creative income, speculative gains and education linked earnings. After Jupiter moves to your Karkatak Rashi, which is 6th house for you, what happens? Your career will get a very good boost. So you will be able to change your career. So that's highly possible this year. And changing career will bring good amount of income as well. Some 20-30% rise minimum is what, 30% rise is minimum guaranteed is what I would like to say for Kumbha Rashi natives. But expenditure would be very high because of Saturn's position in the 2nd house for the first 3 months. Then later June onwards, it will be manageable with clear planning and discipline, because Guru comes to 6th house and will aspect your 2nd house as well as your 12th house. So you will be able to curb down your expenses and increase your savings. So definitely some family event is possible this year, and that's what can bring you big amount of expenditure. Recognition wise, innovative contributions and humanitarian work will earn genuine recognition. So technology or community leaders may shine very high if you belong to Kumbh Rashi. Humiliation, stubbornness will be the greatest risk for you this year. And Parabhava Nama Samvatsara demands flexibility and collaboration from the Kumbh Rashi. So if you can bring out that in you, then it can give good results. So as Sade Sati is concluding this year, even happiness index will go high. So some kind of relief, lightness and renewed creative joy may arrive June onwards for you. So that's what is the best thing happening for Kumbh Rashi natives. Grief and challenges wise, final phase of Sade Sati brings tiredness early on. The freedom that follows is real, tangible and long awaited is what I would like to say. Health wise, ankles or circulation of blood, nervous system may need some attention. Avoid any kind of sustained stress or physical activities which will bring more stress to you. Family relations, have already mentioned, it will improve June onwards for you. And children becomes a meaningful source of pride for you, and also you will receive unexpected happiness from them in the first 3 months itself. So and any couple who are wishing to have children may proceed with the plan after June onwards. Or even the start is also good, but once Guru enters 6th house, that's more possible, because Guru gives the result such when he is in 5th, 7th and 9th. So that's why once Guru moves out of 5th house and comes to 6th house, it's possible. If you are already having first child, second child is possible, is what I would like to say. Next is remedy. So as a remedy, you can light a black sesame oil diya in Shani temple, chanting Om Shaneshwaraya Namaha or Om Pram Preem Prom Saha Shaneshwaraya Namaha. This Bija mantra of Shani Dev is a good one, and minimum 108 times. And donating clothes or even fruits to the elderly, disabled or poor people on Saturdays is a good remedy. Or visiting a old age home and taking care of them, that also, like a family member, that also will serve as one of the finest remedies, because Saturn will be most pleased by selfless services. That's why. Now let's come to the final Rashi, Meena Rashi. I know you would be waiting from a very long time. So even this was a very big one for me. So Saturn transiting Pisces makes this the most spiritually intensive year for your sign. And your Rashi Lord is the Raja, but Saturn in the Rashi will not let you get the blessing so easily. So there is a double transit on your Rashi from June onwards. So a big amount of transformation in your life. You may become the head of the family. You may take up the main responsibility of the family, of how to run. All these things may happen by the end of this year. So November, December, you may expect some sudden turnout events in your life that will bring you to this kind of role in your own family. So the outer world may feel very heavy, but the inner world tended with devotion and discipline will reveal depth of success you can achieve in your life. So let's start with income. So it will grow through your spiritual, healing, creative or foreign connected work. So progress requires faith and consistency above all, is what I would like to say. Expenditure wise, it is very high. Saturn in your sign creates significant, sometimes unexpected expenses as well. Savings discipline is sacred practice this year. Quite very deep is what I would like to say. Expenditure would be very high, but still you will be able to manage because Guru's presence in 5th house after June will help you to get out of these problems created by Shani Dev. Recognition, it's good, but deep recognition in spiritual or healing or artistic work is possible. So those who are involved in this definitely will actually receive these kind of benefits, and those who truly matter will see and honor your gifts as well. Humiliation, Saturn in Pisces Shani in Meen Rashi brings karmic lessons, so sometimes publicly also. So avoid any kind of shortcut or compromises of integrity without exception. So be as humble as possible and keep working hard is what I would like to say. Happiness wise, you will be happy only through devotion and through spirituality and also through creative immersion. You have to do that level of work which is very creative. And inner joy is available, outer joy is mixed for you. So Shani in your own Rashi will bring a lot of mental and physical anxieties because he is the grief, that is, he is the Dukkha Karaka. So spiritual path is not optional, it is mandatory for you this year. Family and relationships and also from health point of view, feet, lymphatic system, sleep quality needs serious attention and daily meditation is your single most powerful medicine is what I would like to advise. So deep karmic purification of relationships and some kind of adjustments or compromise with your spouse may start this year and that will be the wisest things you can do. And if you are not married, you may get married also this year because Guru will enter your 5th house and also will aspect your 11th house. So possible of building the family. So next coming to remedy. So on Guruvara as well as on Shanivara, chanting Om Namo Narayanaya and Om Namah Shivaya minimum 108 times each and feeding the fish in a river, in a pond, it will honor both Guru and Shani. But even worshipping Hanuman as well as donating black urad dal in Shani temple or in Hanuman temple on every Saturday evening, at least 5 to 6 Saturday evenings will give you better results is what I would like to say. Because June onwards only will have some amount of relief in Sadesati, that's temporary again, June to October itself, again it will start. So by the end of the year, November, December onwards and by Feb and March, you will be at a very high intuitive level. So any kind of spiritual practices like mantra sadhana, that's possible. And if you want to study astrology, that's also possible for Meena Rashi natives. So that was all the 12 Rashi natives. So I would suggest you that lighting a pure ghee lamp for all the Rashis is the best remedy and chanting Vishnu Sahasranama on a daily basis or at least on Budvara or on Shanivara. On Shanivara, that's best thing. If you can do, that's even more good, especially Saturday evening. And always remember, Dharmo Rakshati Rakshitaha. So if you uphold Dharma, if you speak truth, then this year could be rewarding for you. So that's what I would like to say. So I just wish that this Samvatsara, this Raudra Nama Samvatsara or Parabhava Nama Samvatsara is not here to frighten you. It is here to free you from all the obstacles and from all the clutches. So what it dismantles was never truly yours to keep and what it will give you is not yours in true manner. But you are here to do some work and please have focus and attention towards it is what I would like to advise. So may this year bring you clarity and resolve your confusion and also you are aligned, hope you are aligned towards your own dharma as well. So with this note I am closing this video. So thank you everyone. Sarve Jana Sukhino Bhavantu. Thank you.